Okay, so I see what you were saying. So basically, you got 100% because you kind of guessed them. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No. I'm really pleased that you got in touch when you weren't 100% clear. So these are the questions 3 and 4 of your second go that you hadn't attempted. So I'm assuming it was these two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. So question 3. Question 3. There are really like 3 stages we need to go through to be absolutely sure. Now, with question 3, let's first of all just do my bit in red. Let's just go and see where is the vertical asymptote going to be. And the vertical asymptote goes in where it's just not possible to work it out because you are dividing by 0. So the vertical asymptote is going to be what value of x makes the first term each time 0. So what value of x makes that 0, then that 0, then that 0, and that 0. Okay, so that's what I've written down here. So can you see with A that x equals -1 is what will make the denominator 0, so it won't work?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 divided by 0 is just won't work. The fact that you're adding t to it is neither here nor there. So the value, so x being -1, it will be where the asymptote, the vertical asymptote is if it's option A. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Now for B, can you see that x would be 1?
Yes. Yeah.
For C, I don't know, I wrote 11, I meant 1. Can you see for C that x would be 1?
Yeah.
Can you see for D that x would be 1?
Yeah.
And looking at the actual diagram, I've just popped the asymptote in there. The asymptote is on the left-hand side, so it must be where x equals -1. So as it happens, we haven't had to go on to tests 2 and 3 for this one. I can just see that A is the only one that gives me a vertical asymptote of -1, of x equaling -1.
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't worry about the blue bit for this one. I'll come on to that when we do question 4. I just happened to do the blue bit first. But as it was, with those 4 possible options, the asymptote had to be, the vertical asymptote had to be to the left of the y-axis. So that had to be x equaling -1. A was the only option. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A better question is question 4, because this takes us through all 3 tests. So starting off with the bit in red, George, my asymptote, what makes the denominator 0? We've got x being 1 for A, x being -1 for B, x being 1 for C, and x being 1 for D. And I can go and see from the diagram at the top, it's going to be a positive vertical asymptote. So that must be x equaling 1. So the only one that I reject from my red vertical asymptote is option B.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's now go on and consider the horizontal asymptote. That's the one going horizontally, obviously. Okay, and I can see that that's at a positive value. So y is something positive. Okay, now with this one, you just go and imagine x being massive. So, and formally, we write this down as x approaches infinity. So as x gets really, really big, what value do you get? So with A, B, C, and D, as x gets really big, we're going to get a very, very small number, be it positive or negative. So can you see? So let's just imagine, let's not say infinity, let's say 1,000,000. So let's say for A, can you see when x is 1,000,000, we've got 3 divided by 1 less than 1,000,000, which is hardly anything.
Yeah.
So hardly anything add 2 is roughly 2. So that's why I've said for part A that I've got y equaling 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
For part B, as x gets really big, again, can you see that the denominator is going to be very big? So the whole term is going to be very small. So overall, y is going to again be equaling 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then for part C, can you see again then okay, it's now going to be a negative very big number in the denominator. 1 minus a million is effectively minus a million, but 3 over minus a million, okay, it's negative, but it is still very small.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then when you add 2 to it again, it's still going to be roughly equal to 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now for D, obviously that first term becomes negligible. Again,
Yeah.
1, yeah, but we're then taking away 2 on that occasion. So for part D, we are approaching minus 2.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah.
can see that of those options, y is equaling 2 in the diagram. So the only one I can reject at this point is option D, because that's the only one that's got y equaling minus 2.
Yeah.
So as things stand now, I've rejected term B from my vertical option B from my red test, and I've rejected option D from my blue test. So as things stand after tests 1 and 2, I'm still left with it being either A or C.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your third test, just imagine when x equals 0. Now, can you see when x equals 0, y is just slightly a negative number in the diagram?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens when we put x equaling 0 into both options A and C? Okay, so with option A, when x is 0, we've got 3 over minus 1, which is minus 3.
Yeah.
Minus 3 add 2 is minus 1.
Yeah.
So when x equals 0, y equals minus 1. However, when you put x equals 0 into option C, you get 1 minus 0 being 1 in the denominator. 3 divided by 1 is 3. 3 add 2 is 5. So when x is 0 in option C, we're getting y equaling 5.
Yeah.
So given that we can see that when x is 0 in our diagram, y is a small negative number, we are therefore concluding it can't be C, it must be option A.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and so that's taking you through all 3 tests. Now that's really difficult. That's sort of further math standard, but it's quite nice to have come across one of those.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. That's perfect.
Okay, cheers, George.
Thank you.
Bye.